are y'all doing this wonderful morning? Y'all, Shannon Sharpe's $100 million podcast deal is gone. They put the night lights out on it, y'all, and we are going to get into it. All this is from when Shannon Sharpe, of course, had this, SA allegation against him with this 20-year-old. Y'all, we are going to get into it. Hey, Miss Red, good morning. How are you? Good morning, y'all. Come in the building, smash the like button. Y'all, we are going to get into it. Y'all, we're going to get into it. Hey, Kathy, good morning. Welcome. Y'all, smash the like button as y'all come in the building. Y'all, Shannon Sharpe, they put the night lights out. There's no more $100 million deal. They are saying, why was Shannon Sharpe messing with a child that was 20 years old? When he has three daughters, from what I researched and understand, why is he messing with a 20-year-old little girl, right? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. See, Monique told him. She warned him, hey, my baby, Jamil. Jamil says, salute, beautiful. Hey, baby. Hey, Tammy, good morning. Tammy says, hey, lounge and loungers, good morning. Y'all, they put the night lights out on Shannon Sharpe's $100 million podcast. They say, Shannon, get somebody else to do it. Y'all, let's get into it. It says Shannon Sharpe's hopes of securing a massive $100 million podcast deal has collapsed following allegations of SA, sources told the U.S. Sun. Y'all, what is going on? They put the night lights out on him. They said, no, get somebody else to do it, right? Oh, my goodness. Tammy says, pure survival, Jamil. Yes, pure survival, Jamil. Elmi, welcome. Good morning. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's going down. Hey, Phyllis, good morning. Cobra, welcome. Good morning. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. I know Tammy, ridiculous. Yes, ridiculous. But he, when you do things, you have to know that, you have to be responsible for your own actions, right? Ain't nobody told him to be on OnlyFans, sliding and gliding in the playground with the children, right? I'm just saying, right? So, y'all, let's get into it, y'all. It says the ESPN pundit has enjoyed runway success with his shows on the Volume Podcast Network since leaving Undisputed in fiscal year in 2023. So, y'all, let's get into it because Shannon Sharpe is his world is collapsing. His world is just falling all apart. If he would have stayed out them streets like Monique warned him, maybe he wouldn't be in the trouble that he's in, right? Because the dollar bills were supposed to be marching in his account, and they're not even going to be touching his account. I'm just saying, it's crazy, y'all. Tammy says, respect the host. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Tammy. Let's continue. His flagship show, Club Shay Shay, has attracted millions of listeners and boasts over 4 million YouTube subscribers. Y'all know he has a huge platform here on YouTube, right? So it says, with Sharpe's deal with Volume, the network owned by Fox anchor Colin Cowherd, recently expiring, insiders say multiple new offers have been on the table. However, the emerge of two separate sexual misconduct lawsuits, which included graphic text messages seen by the U.S. Sun, has forced the 3-time Super Bowl winner to step away from appearing on First Take until later this year. Y'all, did they just tell him that he's fired in a nice way? I believe so. I believe they put the night lights on him, night lights out on him. Like, bye, Shannon Sharpe. We'll see you in the next lifetime, whether it may be on a different show or maybe it be in a whole nother lifetime, wherever it may be, but you won't be on here, right? It says the U.S. Sun understands the allegations have sent shockwaves through ESPN and derailed plans by other media companies to acquire his podcast properties. The Denver Broncos legend has been eyeing major 6-figure deals for the entire Shay Shay network, which includes Club 520 podcast, The Bubba Dub Show, and Humble Baddies. But a source close to Sharpe, who works on First Take said the 52-year-old has gambled with his career amid a slew of disturbing allegations from his lawsuits. I think, hey, Lord, I think Shannon Sharpe is like 56, not 52, I believe. That I may be wrong. It says, according to court documents, okay, Sharpe 56, okay. Yeah, Sharpe 56 allegedly violently S8 and anally raped a 20-year-old woman in October 2024 as she begged him to stop. Oh my God. That is, oh my God. Y'all, it's crazy, y'all. It is crazy in these Shannon Sharpe streets, right? It says, according to court documents, yeah, he's 56. So it says, the U.S. Sun has also obtained a separate lawsuit filed by another of Shannon Sharpe's former girlfriends, Michelle Bundy Evans, who claims she was also assaulted. Y'all, when somebody does things, you know, at the age that they do them, sometimes people just don't change, right? I mean, he's been allegedly, and I'm sure, been doing this behavior for a long time. Elizabeth says, bye, Shannon. Yes. Bye-bye, Shannon. Night-night, lights out. We hope you find another career. Maybe you could be an OnlyFans, representative or something. I don't know, because evidently you like OnlyFans. This girl is from OnlyFans. You're on other podcasts talking about other OnlyFans girls. You have an OnlyFans like addiction. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he has an OnlyFans addiction? Put a 1. Let's smash the like button. Let's get the likes up, y'all. This is crazy. It says the podcast deals are off the table, said the source. Shannon's reputation has ruined everything. They said his reputation has ruined everything. Getting all that money is no longer a reality. The insider added that revelations of Sharpe's relationship with a much younger woman has likely turned off any remaining potential investors. They're like, they don't want to deal with him. He is a 56-year-old man. He should be up here. He should be playing in the grown folks' playground, not the children's playground. It's crazy, right? So it says, I can't see anyone wanting to work with him now, the source continued, especially women. Y'all, there is way more stuff than all of this. I'm telling you. Tammy says sponsors are leaving in droves. Yes, they are getting out of there. They're like, we not signing him. We not sponsoring him no more. We got to go, right? It says, the U.S. Sun understands Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champion Jason Kelce is one of the front runners to replace Sharpe at First Take as the controversy continues. So they already got a backup plan. They already got somebody in place. They like, we got a job for you. What's his name? Jason Kelce. We got a job for you, Jason. We got a job for you. Just hold tight, right? It says, as the controversy continues, he's the name on everyone's lips. A source at the network said everybody's talking about Shannon Sharpe, right? Everybody, right? You turn on the TV, on the news, on social media, Shannon Sharpe is the highlight of the talk of the century right now, right? So it says, Sharpe is facing allegations from the unnamed woman following the end of their relationship in 2024. On Thursday, he announced he would take a temporary leave from ESPN. No, you're not taking a temporary leave, Shannon Sharpe. No, they're firing you. You're just trying to put it in a nice way, right? I'm telling you, it's crazy. Jamil says, surviving Shannon Sharpe's choke slam. You was the best, baby. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. I'm telling you. So it says, let's continue. So it says, Sharpe has denied the allegation, stating he plans to step back ahead of the upcoming NFL season. Shannon, who's going to hire you? Who's going to want to work with you? They might think you looking at them little young cheerleaders on the cheerleading squad, right? I'm telling you, don't nobody want, because then they probably thinking like if he did, he stooped down to 20. Would he stoop down to 18? Maybe 16? Right? I mean, that's how my mind thinks. I don't know about y'all's. I'm just saying, if you went down and you got 3 daughters, I believe they say he has 3 daughters, and your daughters are older than the girl that you're messing with, Shannon, it's a problem, right? That's a problem. It is a problem. Hey, Kelly, welcome. Loving myself, welcome back. It's crazy. It is crazy. So let's continue. So it says, in court documents obtained by the U.S. Sun, the woman claimed Sharpe assaulted her in 2024 despite her repeated pleas for him to stop. So she kept asking him to stop. Oh my God. In a statement posted to Instagram, Sharpe maintained that the relationship was 100% consensual and said he plans to return to ESPN in time for preseason coverage. No, Shaddy, you're not going nowhere, sir. I'm telling you, you're not going nowhere. So it says, the woman said she and Sharpe met at a Los Angeles gym in January 2023 and began a consensual relationship that later turned manipulative and controlling. Wow. A source within ESPN says Sharpe's continued presence on First Take caused internal tension, with some questioning why the network didn't suspend him immediately. Y'all, is Shannon Sharpe, is he a narcissist? Y'all smash the like button. Let's get the likes up. Is he a narcissist? I mean, is he a hard person to get along with? Kelly says crazy narcissist dog coats. He is a piece of work, evidently. If he is causing havoc in the workplace, that means that he is a hard person to get along with, right? Wow. Let me reread that. A source within ESPN said Shannon Sharpe's continued presence on First Take caused internal tension. So what is he doing internally, y'all? Is he going in there cutting up, or is he in there trying to rub them women's booties or the men's booties? I don't know, because, you know, they say that he goes both ways. I don't know. I'm not spreading no rumors. I'm just saying. Right? But anyway, it says, this situation is a complete disaster, the source said. People are shocked, and it's likely his reputation and career are irreparably damaged. Wow. So they said his reputation is tarnished. He got a hole in his slate. Wow. Another ESPN employee described the workplace atmosphere as unbearable, like a war zone. Wow. Added that many were disgusted by Sharpe. So Shannon Sharpe, y'all, he's a whole monster. He's a whole demonic entity over there at ESPN. Wow. He's seen as toxic now, the insider said. Trust has been broken, and people would have complained to management or even resigned if he hadn't stepped down. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. It says, I can't believe he gambled his career by being with a 20-year-old girl. He's F-bombed everything up. It's pathetic. Oh my God. The U.S. Sun reached out to ESPN for comment. The network never said nothing. They said, loose lip sync shifts, and we're not syncing over here at ESPN. They didn't say anything in response. Wow. Yo, I'm telling you, this situation with Shannon Sharpe, he might as well just go ahead, get him a rocking chair. Since he can't get no rocking chair with, somebody of his age, he might as well go get a rocking chair by himself and just ride the rest of his life out. Maybe chilling on his back porch. I don't know. Like Monique said, you need to get somebody of age. Basically, get somebody who knows how to cook, clean, you can grow old with. Them young little girls don't want nothing but your money. And she did him a number, y'all, did she not? She did Shannon Sharpe a whole number. Shannon Sharpe is not gonna be able to get no contracts. He ain't nobody wants to work with him. He's basically like pretty much been banned in the industry from what I'm reading. Nobody's gonna want to sponsorships with him. Is his YouTube channel gonna flourish? I don't know. Y'all smash the like button. Is his YouTube channel going to flourish, right? I have no idea. But from what I'm seeing, Shannon Sharpe, he is done, y'all. I mean, you gotta stick a fork in him and he is done because he has messed up everything. Hey, Michael, welcome. He has messed up everything under the sun for his name. He has messed up everything. But whose fault is it? He can't blame nobody but himself. We have to take responsibility for our own actions, right? Like all the time when we do things, we already know that we have to take the L. You have to take the responsibility. What you did, you knew better. You knew not to be going out there and messing up these young girls' lives too, What do you have in common with a 20-year-old, right? Hey, Jack, welcome. What do you have in common with a 20-year-old and you're 65? That is crazy. The only thing that you should have in common is trying to get this 20-year-old, giving her some guidance, but you got her off of OnlyFans. So what, you can't even provide that? She's like a wild animal, right? Wild animal, performing all kind of stuff with the dog collar. She won't... put the dog collar on. Just you want her to bark? Do you want? Doing all kind of crazy stuff. But y'all, I'm telling you, this situation, Shannon Sharpe. I hope that he has learned his lesson because this is something that he should learn and move forward.
Brian working out. Now that I saw the little snippet just before we got this thing, and I saw it working out. Guess what, Stephen A? The Thunder, a Boost Mobile bundle, WWE Royal Rumble. Lakers in 5.
Known for his appearances on ESPN's First Take, Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe right there, finding himself in the middle of a $50 million sex assault lawsuit. So now he's stepping away from his TV duties, but his case is what's trending in true crime. Attorneys filing the suit against the former NFL star earlier this week for a woman who's listed in court documents as Jane Doe. The suit accuses Sharpe of using physical force on her and inflicting emotional distress. The anonymous woman is claiming that her relationship with the 56-year-old started back in 2023 when she was 20 years old. The woman is represented by Tony Busby. That name sounds familiar? Well,
Now, y'all, we already know how the lawsuits with Tony Busby. Let's be honest, right? When we seen the lawsuits from Tony Busby, from Ariel, like those lawsuits are a little questionable, right? Let's just be honest. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, the ones that he has, because he had with Jay-Z, he had with Diddy, I don't care for neither one of them. But I'm just saying, they're very questionable. But, let's continue, y'all. Let's just continue.
He's been known for having some legal battles with Jay-Z and Sean Combs, who Sharpe addressed in his statement on TikTok.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have.
Now, from here, it seems like he's reading off the teleprompter. I don't know. It seems like it's like, I don't know. The situation kind of seems kind of weird, but, you know, he got himself in some mess, right? Hey, good morning, Carol. Good morning. He got himself in a bunch of mess, right? And he's gonna have to take the L, right? He's losing $100 million deal. Sponsors are flying off the wham. They all putting the night lights out on him. He is going to have to choke this up and hopefully move in a different way. Hopefully he'll close his OnlyFans. He'll get away from that lifestyle, and maybe he will listen to what Monique said. But sometimes, you know, when situations like this are already, you know, happening, so it's too late. The only thing it's gonna do is teach you a lesson and know how to move forward, moving forward, right? Let's continue.
Have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup.
Here's how to never
Now,
have to worry.
I do want to say this. Because like I said, with those Tony Busby lawsuits, a lot of those women, they were just saying, oh, this person did this and Jay-Z did that, right? These women who are falsely accusing people too. Now, let's be for real. Let's be honest. Let's just kind of play, the other side. These women should be held responsible if this is a lie. But they have the tapes and all this stuff like that. But these women who lie about men doing stuff, or vice versa, they should be held responsible. But in this case, from what I'm hearing, they have recordings. They have all this disgusting stuff that he had, that the girl recorded. So it's like, Shannon, you just have to take the L. I'm just saying, he has to take the L on this because he has too much his back. They have his back against the wall. So there's no coming back. But let's continue.
Money. I look forward to pressing this case in court. Now, we're asking our power panel this morning, are these allegations brought against Sharpe a bad look or a preview into bad acts? Let's bring back in attorneys Kevin Brackett and Dave Ehrenberg, and welcome in entertainment commentator Holland Reed. Holland, let me begin with you. Your thoughts, please.
Oh, boy. Julie, messy, petty. Takedown, shakedown, whatever word you want to use.
Yes, takedown, shakedown, whatever you use. Y'all, let's smash the like button. Let's get the likes up. Hey, Purple Flower, how are you? This is crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, this, yes, the tape, let me see. Rick says, I heard the tapes is bad. Oh, yes, the tapes are really disgusting. I mean, they were terrible. But y'all, let's continue. Let's get the likes up. Let's take a minute to hit the like button, y'all.
We see this in Hollywood and entertainment, especially in sports, all the time. The thing is about Shannon, he is a direct shooter. He is very honest, and he does want the entire text message thread and the clips and the chats and everything released, and I understand why.
Oh, yeah, and didn't Shannon Sharpe say, he was like, make sure you release the whole thing, Tony Busby? Are you sure, Shannon, that you want to have that release? Do y'all want to see that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see or hear that. I think it's a 10-minute tape Tony Busby allegedly has that Shannon Sharpe was like, Tony Busby, put the tape out and don't edit it. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to hear it or see it. I don't know. I think I may want to hear it. I think I may want to hear it just to see what Tammy said. H-E double hockey sticks doll. I think I want to hear it because I want to see. Does it sound like him? Does it sound like he's an aggressor? Does it sound like she's the aggressor? Like, it seems like she's a whole freak-off mermaid, right? It seems like she's a whole freak-off mermaid, but at the same time, from ESPN, he has some disgusting behavior. So I can imagine what he was doing behind closed doors, y'all. Let's continue.
But it doesn't make it less messy or nasty, and I think that things will come to light, but I think that it's going to be a really tricky situation if he was using his power and influence to, I guess, take away her autonomy or to force her into anything. It's kind of sickening. It was really hard for me to even read and listen to the things that were being said, but he is a straight shooter. He is a truth.
Hey, Laura Lee, welcome. Rick Lou says they both sound toxic. Yeah, they do. They really really do, right? Sometimes birds of a feather flock together, right? But y'all, I'm telling you, if he's been toxic for a long time, and then I've been hearing that he had other lawsuits and other things that kind of were swept under the rug. I don't know how true it is, but he's been doing this bad behavior for a very long time. And this girl just happened to be the one that brought him to an open shame. I'm just saying, y'all, let's continue.
Tell her that's what he lives on. He stands on that in his business, and I'm hoping that the truth comes to light, and then it just
Hey, Bronze.
is not as messy. It stops getting messy. It's very messy.
Right, Helen, you're right. Kevin Brackett, let me go to you next. Your thoughts, please.
Well, Julie, these are the hardest cases. When we look back at what Jay-Z just had this same experience last month, and there were, at the start of the accusations against him. Anytime you have someone coming forward to make an accusation like this against somebody who is well-to-do and has a great deal of money, it always is going to.
Oh, wow. Bron said, I was saying a while back when he was close to that $1 million deal, something's probably would happen. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Y'all, let's get the likes up. Let's take a second to get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Happy Tuesday. Y'all, let's get the likes up. Let's take just like a minute or two real quick. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get them up. Let's get them up right there. Let's get them up. We only got 19. Let's get up. Let's get some more likes up, y'all. Come on, we can do better, y'all. Let's put the likes up. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Okay, we got 20 likes. Let's get the likes up just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's get the likes up just a little bit. Come on, y'all. Let's hit the like button. What is going on this morning? Are y'all still, trying to wake up? Maybe like stretching. Y'all, let's get the likes up. Smash the like button, y'all. Let's get the likes up. We got too many people in the building for them number of likes. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's continue.
You raised the possibility that this is just a money grab, and that's exactly what Mr. Sharpe seems to be doing here. It doesn't necessarily mean these aren't true. Rich people do bad things sometimes.
Yes, Tammy said first they were role playing, then Shannon was angry and he snapped, which is it. Yeah, he snapped, crackled, and popped. Hey, Joanne, welcome. He snapped, crackled, and popped. Y'all, let's smash the like button. Let's get the likes up.
So I applaud his calling for all of the evidence to come out. If there is more to the tape that is apparently out there, obviously you need to see the entire thing, and usually the rules of evidence in every state.
But y'all, let me also say this. Why is there all these recordings? I mean, when you go to your boyfriend's house or with your husband or with your wife, whatever, are y'all recording all kind of conversations? I mean, that's kind of like a little bit suspicious, but was she doing it because, she had an encounter with him and then she started recording thereafter? Or did she have a motive? I'm going to set this joker up. I don't know. I mean, they have quite a few different recordings. So it's like, why was she doing all that recording? I mean, I don't know, y'all. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes up.
They provide for that. If you're going to put a piece of evidence in, you can't just shave off a part of the video and put that forward. You've got to put the entire thing out there so that the judges of the fact have the context for it. So it is so hard to tell at this stage whether this is just a money grab or whether Mr. Sharpe really did do something bad. But there's obviously some issues here.
Right. And Kevin, you're right. A complete picture is what is necessary here. That says a lot. He's calling for it. Dave Ehrenberg, last but not least on our power panel. Your thoughts, please.
Julie, that statement by Shannon Sharpe is for the court of public opinion only. It will never be allowed in court. His defense that Tony Busby, the lawyer here, is a racist and targets black men. That's not going to come into court, but he's trying to influence the court of public opinion. The problem for Shannon Sharpe is if other women come forward, just like in the Diddy situation, and corroborate the claim with something similar. And we have reports that there is another ex-girlfriend who had filed a rape accusation against Shannon Sharpe a couple years prior. And so that's the type of thing you want to avoid from his sake, from his camp. But right now, you're innocent until proven guilty. We don't know, as Kevin said, if this is just a shakedown. The evidence will continue to come out, but that's the thing he has to worry about the most, that the initial complaint here will engender more to come and give more people courage to speak out against a very powerful celebrity.
Oh snap! It sounds like it's going to be a laundry list of more. From what from what he's saying, like it's going to allow other people to come and speak out. Is there going to be a Diddy 2.0 member when there was like one? It was Cassie. Then there was another one, and then it kept on to where it was like, is it gonna be even a man come out and say Shannon Sharpe did something? We know his barber, got fired, I believe. Allegedly, from what I understand, that his barber got, he fired his barber. Is his barber gonna come out and say some things? Did they have a relationship? I don't know, y'all. I have no idea. But y'all, let's continue.
Me wonder initially when I saw the lawyer that filed it, I had to wonder, did she see what's been in the news with Diddy and Jay-Z? How did she find Tony Busby? Really curious about that, and if that will affect her case one way or the other. As we know, he and Jay-Z got into it recently. Now, let's talk about another aspect of this. So Shannon Sharpe said he's going to temporarily take a break from his role on ESPN while this lawsuit plays out. His recent statement.
Y'all, let's smash the like button. Let's get the lights up, y'all. Happy Tuesday morning. Shannon Sharpe's $100 million deal has been sliced. It's gone. It is no longer on the table, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Smash the like button, y'all. Let's continue.
It says in part, quote, "I'll be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason." Now, Sharpe is most known for his television and social media appearances now, but before he found stardom on those platforms, he was a dominant tight end in the NFL for 14 seasons. Here's a little more on him. Played on 2 Super Bowl winning teams, voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011, retired as the NFL's all-time leader among tight ends in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. So our next question for our incredible power panel is, with so much to lose in the world of public perception, will Shannon Sharpe be able to rebound from the accusations? Howland, what do you think?
Oh man, I think this is exposure season. This is truth season. It doesn't matter what you're at.
Y'all, is she telling the truth? It is a year of exposure, 2025, right? People are being exposed left and right. Do y'all think that Shannon Sharpe will be able to make a comeback? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think he'll be able to make a comeback after he sits his butt down, after after the fire, kind of cools down. Do y'all think he's gonna be able to make a comeback off of this? This is something like really huge. People don't want to work with him no more. And once you have that like on your name has been tarnished. That's gonna be a hard. I think for a lot of people to come back. I think it's going to be hard. But y'all, let's continue.
It doesn't matter what your title is, how many awards you have, how much money you have. If you are doing anything in the dark, it's going to come to light. And this is not the time to rely on your notoriety. This is the time to be truthful and, I guess, pay the price for your actions. And hopefully, hey, well, if he bounces back from this like many have, we've seen it happen time and time again. Power does that, but also it's the time for accountability for those in power.
Right, Holland. Well said. Kevin, to you next, please.
Yeah, so much depends on how this thing plays out, Julie. If there's some stunning piece of evidence that shows her talking about, I'm just going to get some money out of him, this is going to be a bump and run. I saw what this Busby guy was doing with P. Diddy and Jay-Z, and I thought maybe this is my chance too. If there's something like that, then he comes out smelling like a rose. Obviously, if that video shows something terrible, there's no coming back from it. And I think it looks like ESPN might be hedging its.
Yeah, if it's a worse video, I don't know. I'm maybe on the edge. If it's a really worse, like really bad video, I don't know. I don't know. he possibly could come back from it. It just depends how steep all of the evidence that, that we haven't seen, what that looks like, right? He may be, have a comeback. It may take some time, of course. Nothing's going to happen overnight, right? But he has to clear up this situation. And it's like he has to kind of prove himself back to a lot of people. But y'all, let's continue.
Bets in trying to decide whether or not they want to risk having him stay on. So that was probably a calculated decision on their part as well as his.
Oh, that's a good point, Kevin. Thank you. Dave Ehrenberg, would you take us home? Your thoughts, please.
Well, videos are the worst thing for a situation like this. It's one thing to have an accusation, but if there's anything caught on tape, just ask Diddy. He was able to survive all those allegations over years until there was that video of him assaulting Cassie. Now, if any video like that comes out, in addition to the audio, that'll be a real problem for Shannon Sharpe. But if he's acquitted ultimately, then he'll be back on the air. We're a very forgiving society, despite cancel culture. If you're acquitted in a court of law, or if this case gets settled in advance, I suspect that his career will be far from over.
I mean, it just depends. Like I said, it depends on what's going on, what kind of evidence, and how he's reacting. But Shannon Sharpe has a reputation, and there's a lot of people, that are coming out now. I mean, like his coworkers are saying, like, it's a war zone, a toxic work area over there at ESPN. Who wants to go to work and deal with a toxic, work environment? You want to go to work, do your job, and go home. You don't want to have to go to work and have to feel like you are on the battlefield. You need your Kevlar, you need your flat vest, you need your bulletproof vest and all this other stuff. When you go to work, who wants to deal with that? They're saying it's a war zone in there. And that Shannon Sharpe, allegedly, from what the reports are saying, he has a lot to do with the toxic work environment. Even ESPN, some of the other female employees that were no longer, I guess some of their contracts were not renewed. Some of them that got fired because they had a lawsuit because they were saying, like, all they were doing was, saying small, minute things about their COVID policy, and they're getting all of these, bad, type of, ramifications, like, getting, I guess, written up or, all these actions happening. And here it is, Shannon Sharpe is over here with this SA, and he's, kind of causing havoc, in the workplace, and he still got a job, and he's even talking about coming back. He's even talking about coming back. Who is going to be wanting to work with him if you have caused all this havoc? If you wreaked havoc in the workplace, don't nobody want to be around you, right? Because we don't know how Shannon Sharpe is. We can only go off of how he acts, while he's like on TV, on his podcast, on YouTube. I don't see him, by the way he's acting. I'm only going off the way he's acting because I don't know him. He ain't never broke bread with me. He ain't never came to my house. I ain't never hung out with him. I don't know this man from Adam. But I'm just saying the way that he's acting on the podcast, he seems like he's like a cool type of person. But like I said, we don't know how he is when them doors close. We don't know how he is off camera when the cameras go off. A lot of people will act one way on camera and then a whole demonic entity once the cameras are off, right? And then you think, oh no, he's a nice person, because we all have done it. I mean, I've done it myself. Oh no, this person, they seem like they're a nice person. Oh, they're a nice person. I don't think that they would do such thing. And then we don't even know. We hear all these things that they're doing behind closed doors. You're like, oh, no, not Shannon Sharpe. He seems so cool. I mean, he was laughing with Monique. He was like, Monique, stop or whatever, girl. Monique. He seems like he's cool. But we do not know him. Other people know him. They know how he acts behind closed doors. They know how toxic he is, how not toxic, he may be, whatever. But they know how he is. And if they are saying, according to this report over here, the U.S. Sun is saying, I'm going to read it again, this one part where it says that it is like a war zone. It says he's seen as toxic now, the insider said. Trust has been broken And people would have complained to management or even resigned if he hadn't stepped down. Hey, Ken, how are you? So that says a lot. L. Hollingsworth says Monique and Kat both tried to warn him. They did. And he didn't want to listen. Hard head make a soft behind. Hard head make a soft behind, right? He didn't want to listen. So since him did what listen, y'all, he has a lot that he is having to deal with, right? I'm just saying. But y'all, let's go back, because hold on. It says something about him being the workplace being a war zone. I just want to reread that part because I'm like, dang, the work zone, it feels like the workplace feels like a war zone. Y'all, that's crazy, right? I mean, I wouldn't want to go to work and then it feels like a war zone, right? Tammy said he laughed off the warnings. He ain't now. Yeah, ain't nothing so funny. He ain't chuckling. If anything, he's over there probably slinging snot and crying, trying to figure out what he gonna do next, right? But it says, let's reread that little portion, because it says the workplace is like a war zone. I was shocked. I was like, oh my goodness. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can find it again. Because it says, let me see. I couldn't believe. Okay, here it is right here. It says another ESPN employee described the workplace atmosphere as unbearable, like a war zone, adding that many were disgusted by Sharpe. So we can tell right there that he is a disgusting entity. That's crazy. This is really crazy. Wow. I'm going to read these allegations again, right? Turbo Munch says, sounds like every workplace. I know you always got the bad apples. You know, in my experience, there's always, you have some cool people that you work with. Not saying that they're your best friends or anything, but they're cool. They're your co-workers. They're your colleagues. You can work with them. They come to work and they just want to work, right? But there's ones that are like the bad apples off the tree, right? The bad apples, you be like, what in the world oh my goodness, right? What in the world? I got to deal with this bad apple getting on my nerves, causing all kind of havoc, trying to be in everybody's business, trying to snitch on everybody. We got all of those in the workplace, right? There's always that type in the workplace, right? It's crazy. Hey, good morning, Deanna says whatever. It is always them in the workplace, right? There's always a bad apple in the midst of, cool people that you can work with. Always trying to be snitching, trying to watch what time you come back from lunch, trying to tell the boss what you doing, what you ain't doing. Hey, Stephanie, good morning, right? You be like, if she don't go sit down or if he don't go sit down, because the men can be as bad as the women, those type of people. Always snitching, always telling, trying to kiss up to the boss, trying to get a promotion. They see that you're kind of next up in line, and then they're going to try to throw dirt on your name. Oh, no, boss man or boss lady. She was over there, and she was taking extended lunch breaks, or she's been in the bathroom 100 million times, and she ain't completed all of her tasks because I can log in the system and see where she's at. I mean, there is all those kind of horrible people, right? But what Shannon Sharpe was doing, I think because he's probably, of course, like at a higher level, right? He's probably walking around that office probably thinking that he is God's gift to the world. And he's probably talking to people like any old kind of way. He's probably cussing people out. Stuff ain't right. He's like, where is this at? Where is that? I told y'all I needed my sugar honey iced tea right now. I'm about to go live in 5 minutes. Why didn't y'all have this? I could imagine, right? I could imagine. But if he is being disgusting at work, that means he's really disgusting outside of work. Yes, Lucky said another Diddy. Yes, a Diddy 2.0. Y'all, let's get the likes up. Diddy 2.0. I'm just saying. Stephanie says hi at the lounge and chat. Hey, Stephanie, good morning. I'm telling y'all, it's like a disgusting thing, because this situation, like I said, when you have these type of people, this coming out for a lot of people at most of the time. Look at Diddy. He did not just wake up and start to become who he was in only one incident after being 50 something years old. Oh, absolutely not. He has a whole history of doing what he's at 50 something years old. And then when you're that age, you're not going to change. It would take an act of Congress for you to change. Maybe somebody, maybe a tragic situation, maybe a death in the family. But they're not going to change. Those people are going to be who they want to be. They're going to be who they are, what they are, right? Mike says, those people are going to be who they want to be, right? You can't tell them. You can't try to coach them. You see Cat Williams and Monique. They try to tell him, hey, you need to stay out the playground. You playing on the kiddie playground. And he was laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, it was funny then. But he ain't laughing. I don't see him laughing now. Now that $100 million contract, and now that sponsors are dropping off, it's going down. Like, it's a lot he has to deal with. Now, where he goes from here, I don't know. Ken says you can't teach old dog new tricks. Facts. Right? Love Myself says, how you said it right the first time. Yeah, I'm telling you, people are who they are. We cannot be like, oh, let me try to change them. Let me try to coach them. Let me try to talk to them. You can talk to them into their purple, green, and red in the face. They are going to do what they want to do. And if they have that type of behavior, 99% of the time at the age that he's at, he ain't going to stop. This may not even sit him down. Right? Look at Diddy. Diddy still, in the MDC, cutting up, doing all kind of stuff. Now, Sugar Honey Iced Tea is getting real from him, because y'all, next week, well, let me see. The 5th, I believe, is when they're going to start Diddy's trial. Let me see. Oh, on Monday. Yeah, next Monday. Diddy is going to be going up. He already got one. He already declined one offer. So you already know that it's looking bad for him, right? You know that it's already looking bad for Diddy. So Shannon Sharpe, he is not too far from the Diddy treatment. I'm just saying. Because watch, it's going to be more. I think they had, from what I understand, there was 2 lawsuits. 2 lawsuits on Shannon Sharpe. It's going to be probably a male. It's probably going to be a, maybe even another younger OnlyFans girls. Maybe a couple of OnlyFans girls maybe going to come out and say the same thing. Oh yeah, I was an OnlyFans model too, and he did this to me. Let me give you my recordings. Right? Because that's how it goes. Most of Diddy's lawsuits, if you guys notice, a lot of them are almost saying the same thing, right? A lot of them are almost saying the same thing. But I want to read this article again. I'm going to read it again. It says right here, with the U.S. Sun, scandal hit. Future of Shannon Sharpe's $100 million podcast deal reveals after star gambled with career by releasing raunchy texts. So I'm going to read it again. It says, Shannon Sharpe's hopes to securing a massive $100 million podcast deal has collapsed following allegations of SA, sources told the U.S. Sun. The ESPN pundit has enjoyed runaway success with his shows on the Volume podcast network since leaving Undisputed in FS1 in 2023. It says, his flagship show Club Shay Shay has attracted millions of listeners and boasts over 4 million YouTube subscribers. It says with Sharpe's deal with Volume, the network owned by Fox and anchor Colin Cowherd, recently expiring, insiders say multiple new offers have been on the table. However, the emerge of two separate sexual misconduct lawsuits, which included a graphic text message seen by the U.S. Sun, has forced the three-time Super Bowl winner to step away from appearing on First Take until later this year. Y'all, I think he is just done. I think he's done. Braun says, Shay Shay done. Ain't no escaping. I think so too. I think that he is like, put a fork in him. He's done. Michael says people are paying $5 million to become an American. Use that money to pay illegals to leave America. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. L. Hollandworth says Shay Shay getting shook down. Yes, he is. And is there going to be more people? I think it is. I think it's going to be more people. I don't think they're done with Shay Shay. I don't think they are done with Shay Shay. I think it's going to be like way more people, y'all. I think it's going to be people coming out. More OnlyFans. Like I said, it's going to be some people coming out. Even co-workers, people who probably work with him. They're probably going to just come and just give like a character witness how he acts, how disgusting he is, allegedly from what we just read in the article. They say the ESPN workplace is toxic. I mean, I'm telling you, doing all this stuff. Tammy says it's his fault, period. Yes, it is all his fault. He cannot blame it on nobody, right? He can't. Adrian says 50 million, baby, the pimp need the... 50 million, baby, the pimp need his cut. 10 million, laughing out loud. That's why she need 50 million. I know. She needs her money, and she did. She pimped him out. I'm sorry to say. But she got all them messages, all her evidence, all of her proof. So she knew she may be 20 years old. I don't know if she was getting guidance from somebody. Was somebody schooling her? Maybe a senior citizen OnlyFans girl schooling her up on how to how to react to what Shay Shay was doing. I'm just saying. Elheimer said they just getting it started. You ain't wrong. It's crazy. Kathy says, I read somewhere yesterday that Shaq is one of the people behind this Sharpe scandal. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Huh. Tammy says, maybe she got a pimp. Probably. You know what? She probably does, Tammy. She probably does. I didn't think about that. She probably does. And she probably said, the pimp was probably like, hey, say this. If he says this, you say this. React like this. Probably teaching her and, everything. Teaching her everything that she needed to get this situation up and running like it is, right? Because this situation is on fire, right? Lucky says, homosexual sleeping with regular women, terrible. It's crazy, right? Adrian says, Shay Shay foolishness, find an older chick, like Monique said, to rub your feet. Exactly. Why is he messing with these little children? I don't understand. I don't understand. Kelly says it's happening in the cult next door to me. Wow. I'm telling you, it's a lot of craziness going on. So I don't know. Kelly says got my daughter. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. But needless to say, Shannon Sharpe, he is like done. He is not, he is not, thank you, Michael Miller, send a cash app. Thank you, Michael Miller, for supporting my channel. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. And y'all can support my channel. Just hit the like button, y'all. That's all y'all got to do. Y'all can just hit the like button. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. I don't know. 2025, has it not been a crazy year? 2025 is, I'm telling you, 2025 has been rocking with a lot of stuff, right? It's been rocking with a whole lot of stuff. I mean, craziness from airplane crashes to, people being brought to an open shame, all kind of stuff. Oh, Michael says you're welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, 2025 is, it is crazy. It is, I'm telling you, it is so crazy. It is like unbelievable, y'all. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It is crazy, right? But at the same time, Shannon Sharpe did this to himself. Ain't nobody told him to get on OnlyFans. Ain't nobody told him to be in the OnlyFans, the kids' playground on OnlyFans. They got different sections, I'm sure. The geriatric, the kids' playground. They got all kind of, different areas. But he just happened to land in the kids' playground, right? And this is what happened to him. Tammy says, if anything, that girl should have been a smash and dash. She should have even knew what the outside of his house looked like, period. Yes. It should have been, I'll meet you at the hotel, motel, or the Holiday Inn, right? Not coming to my house, I coming to your house. No, no, that's not how this is supposed to happen, right? You ain't coming to my house and I ain't going to your house. We going in a mutual spot. Because I don't know, you may be trying to set me up and try to rob me or something. You may have your pimp or your boyfriend try to rob him. You have to play it safe when you do that type of stuff. If you're thinking your safety's at risk, right? Your health is at risk. Especially if you ain't using no condom. You don't know what she got. She might got the herpes, the elemental P. The package, right? The hot box, she may be on fire. It's crazy. Kelly says my kids sold their soul to them. Oh wow. Prayers for you, Kelly. Oatmeal says, TL sis, you always bring us the smoke. How you doing? I'm doing good. Oatmeal, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is crazy. L. Hosmer says truth. Yes. Laura Lee says, is she a dude? I don't know. Ken says he can certainly afford all those hotels mentioned. Yes. Yeah, I meet you over there at the hotel, motel, the Holiday Inn, the Ramada, the Hilton Express, wherever you have the money to pay her. You're paying her, for her services, right? So why don't you got room for money for a room instead of, that people don't think about this. They be thinking these men be thinking with the wrong head, if y'all know what I mean. They be thinking with the wrong head, and the wrong head be getting them in trouble. They don't never take heed to what has happened to other celebrities. Like, he should have been looking at Diddy. But y'all, let me say this too. There is a lot of men that are doing this. A lot of women too. Right? A lot of men doing it, a lot of women doing it. But are you going to get caught? How sloppy is your game? Right? Are you real sloppy? Are you all over the place? Are you skidding through OnlyFans? Just, messing with this one, messing with that one, puff, puff, give. Let me go ahead and sleep with this one, pass this one to Ocho Cinco, and then Ocho Cinco passes this to Julio, and then he passes it to John. I don't know. Because it seems like that's what they do. It seems like they are puff, puff, clap, clap, and giving. Clap, clap, and passing these women. And then over there laughing. Yeah, she knows how to do the vertical. Yeah, she's the vertical. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, she know how to do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, you got to sample this. Let me put you in for a referral. That seems like what Shay was doing. And he was getting off on it when he was on there, excited to be trying to puff, puff, pat, clap, clap, and give and put the referral in. He thought it was funny. But Shay, I don't think that's funny right now for you. I mean, the block is hot. The block is hot for you right now, right? You're thinking with the wrong head, Shay. You got to think with this head and not the other head. I'm just saying. Let's just keep it for real. Let's think with the right head, and maybe you will stay out of trouble and stay out of the kids' playground. I'm just saying, right? I'm keeping it real. You thinking with the wrong head can get the men in trouble. And the woman thinking with the wrong head get her in trouble too. But people don't take into consideration certain things when they are so excited and they are living that lifestyle and in that run. And then when they get caught up, oh, woe is me. Oh, I didn't do nothing. I'm innocent. Oh, she just wanted to role play, or he just wanted to role play. Because it goes both ways. There's some women that are OnlyFans that have unalived their little freak off dragons, right? I know 2 of them that have unalived their freak off dragons, OnlyFans chicks. And I know it's more. One of them, she seemed like she had made so much money on OnlyFans in Florida that she had her dude, and she seemed like she was slapping him around, telling him what to do. Boy, shut up. I got all this OnlyFans money. I didn't elevated my life. You can shut up and go sit down somewhere. And then she unalived him. They was in some kind of dispute and did that. Then this other OnlyFans girl, she gonna get the saran wrap and say that he wanted to be wrapped up in saran wrap. And then his boots glued to his feet. And then she put the saran wrap around his whole body, and he couldn't breathe, and he passed away. Who wants to be wrapped up in a saran wrap? Where do you get off on wrapping somebody, being wrapped up in saran wrap? That is crazy, right? But these people are doing crazy things. There's no way you gonna ask me to tie you up and wrap you up and make saran mummify me, knowing that you put some saran wrap around my face, my nose. I'm not going to be able to breathe. You already know what's going to happen. You're not going to wake up. And that's what happened. So these people, women and men, y'all, when you play these dangerous games, you cannot blame nobody but yourself, right? You can't be feeling sorry like Kanye. He is crying, slinging snot, wanting people to feel sorry because he done messed with Kim Kardashian and gave her 11 children. Now he's going on this rampage everywhere, talking about people and thinking somebody's supposed to feel sorry for the choices he made. You have to take responsibility for what you do, right? Nobody's holding a pow to your head and saying, go do this, go and screw Kim Kardashian, ho, Merry Christmas, and give her 4 babies. No. Nobody feels sorry for what we did in our past. Why should the next person feel sorry for us? No. It's a learned, it's just going to be a learned lesson, right? And you're supposed to take heed and move forward. Now, whether Shannon Sharpe does it or not, I don't know. Kanye West, he ain't learned his lesson yet. He's still doing crazy stuff, right? I don't feel sorry for Kanye. Kanye got all that money and ain't visited a mental ward recently yet, right? Complaining about the last visit, talking about they tried to give him too much medication or something. No, they really didn't give you enough, Kanye, right? So I'm telling you, this situation is just going to elevate itself, you guys. It's gonna get crazier and crazier. But at the end of the day, Shannon Sharpe, you have to take the L. I'm sorry, homeboy, home slice. Maybe next time you'll think with the right head, and maybe you will understand how to move forward. Maybe you will be like, I'm not going to the OnlyFans. I'm going to the only geriatric store. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he needs to have a seat and sit down for a little while and think and process the things that he has done. Because when people are trying to cut you off from money, deals, and all this other stuff, you ain't going to be able to eat no more. You may not be able to get your steak and lobster meal no more, right? If they cutting your money off. You ain't got nothing coming in, right? So Shannon Sharpe maybe needs to sit down and take heed to the things that he's been doing. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But his deal, his $100 million deal, y'all, has been canceled. He has been ousted. He's being ousted. People not wanting to work with him, but who would? I wouldn't want to be like, oh, I got a deal. I need Shannon Sharpe to go. No, because I have a young daughter. I'll be like, no, I don't want you to be coming over working with me because you may be coming over trying to look at my daughter who's 20 years old. You may be trying to clap her cheeks, right? So people are thinking of it as that, or people that are in the workplace. Maybe they got young employees there, and they're probably like, oh, my goodness, no, we can't have him in here because he's probably looking at these little girls' booties, right? Hey, Gary, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. Gary says, heck yeah, your live just popped up. Oh, wow. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real, right? Nobody wants to be working with nobody who is in the vicinity of these younger children, right? We should be at an old age, right? We should be trying to provide guidance. We should be trying to lead the young people, trying to teach them and not clap their cheeks. That should be the last thing on your mind. You are like in the space of teaching and trying to make them become something like a leader. Because I don't know, his leadership skills then kind of went out the window for me. His leadership skills then went out the window. Because when you are messing with a young child, what kind of leader are you? You're just teaching all these people, that you can go and clap these cheeks and still have a job at ESPN. Right? And I'm not saying old guys need old women. Yeah, but I'm not saying some older men, like, okay, you're 56, Shannon. Go get you somebody maybe in their 40s, mid-40s, late 40s, somebody who's been through a couple of things. 20 years old, you probably still living at mama's house, right? Well, maybe no. She's on OnlyFans. She probably got a whole mansion because the way she sounds disgusting. She probably, that OnlyFans money is probably popping, right? But she probably just came out of mama's house learning. Oh, OnlyFans. Oh my goodness, you can show people your toes. These men, they love these little toes. They want to sniff your dirty drawers. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can. Disgusting stuff that they do at a young age, and they're learning that this is the way, and getting disgusting and freaky. But Shannon Sharpe should have known this is a child. Let another little young boy, tread them streets, tread them waters, right? So I'm just saying, it's crazy. Oatmeal says, sis, he never been on TV. He will never be on TV again. It's his own fault. Yep. Absolutely, Oatmeal. It is his fault, and he has to take the L. He has to have a seat. Will he ever get up from that seat, y'all? I don't know. Will he ever get up from the seat? Will he ever be able to recover? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. That's, I guess, remains to be seen. Only time will tell, right? But he knew what he was doing when he had that girl. I don't care if he paid for the services or not. The girl is young. When an old man, a young girl that young is trying to get with a 56-year-old girl, 56-year-old man, they ain't looking for no companionship. They are looking for a whole freak-off mission. Not even session. They looking for a freak-off mission. That's all they want. They don't want nothing else. They don't want no real. What do they have in common? A 20-year-old and a 56-year-old. The 20-year-old, she wants to still party. She want to get her cheeks clapped. She want to be out in them streets. She want to probably be drinking, probably doing drugs. Right? Shannon Sharpe should be sitting down, enjoying life at the age he's at. Even if he's single, he shouldn't be moving the way he moved like that. I'm sorry. Ken says, honey, money traps. Yep. And the young girls are probably like, no money, no honey, right? That used to be their little favorite saying, no money, no honey. So Shannon Sharpe, he better get it together. He better go sit down and have a couple of seats. I'm just saying. He better go and have a couple of seats, right? Leave that to the younger people. Mr. Shannon Sharpe. Leave that to young people. Even if you are on OnlyFans or whatever, get you somebody who's older. And I'm not saying an older woman on OnlyFans may be a little, better, but I'm saying, come on now. She may got a more game. She may play you better than you trying to play her. But it's just, yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, it is. It really is. It's nasty. And he got 3 daughters from what I hear. So you got 3 daughters, but you're over here with a 20-year-old. That is bad. That's a bad look. And a lot of these grown men on these podcasts are talking about that. Why are you messing? You got 3 daughters. Why are you messing with somebody else's daughter at 20? A lot of these men are talking about that. So they dogging him out. Tammy says, a trick gonna be a trick. He ain't have to deal with her. Exactly. But y'all, Shannon Sharpe learned today, because as of today, his $100 million podcast, night, lights out, it went, right? He is no longer getting that deal. So he has to blame it on himself. He has to go sit down and recoup, think with the right head, not the wrong head, and see what he's going to do moving forward. I mean, I don't know what to tell him, right? Oatmeal says, sis, I have a friend from childhood who's on OnlyFans, and she made over $1 million. Yes. Them little freaks over there be making money on OnlyFans. I'm not hating and knocking nobody's hustle, but I would never make $1. I would never sell my body for not even a penny. I'm sorry, but you know, people do what they have to do. I'm not knocking a hustle. I know there's better ways to make money than to do that. You know, I'm not judging anybody. You know, some people have to do what they have to do, but that's just not my cup of tea at all, right? But anyway, you guys, I'm not gonna keep you guys. Thanks for stopping by. We are going to see what's going to happen to Shannon Sharpe next. Hopefully he's thinking with the right head next mission or the next situation that happens. He's thinking with the right head and not the wrong head. I'm just saying, y'all. But thanks for stopping in. Always lead with love, peace, and tranquility. As I always say, smash the like button as you guys go out the building. If you guys are on the replay game, smash the like button as you guys come in the building. And y'all, I will see y'all on the next live.